I think the toughest part for us was that our parenting styles. So my son and I, we had our own rhythm, right? I've been with him at that point, he was maybe like 10, 11, nearly a decade. It was just the two of us, and he only had to answer to one person.
Yeah.
And I'm very much the liberal mom, the anti everything my mom was, as far as like strict Haitian religious. And here comes my husband, who was raised in Haiti with the religious background and with the strict, Haitian. So my husband came to the US late in his life, and like I think 26, 27. And so I don't think he fully understood too, like the way that like I think he was trying to adjust to like the American parenting style mixed. I had a mix of a little Haitian, a little bit of American. So basically, my husband was more traditional, very much more traditional, very much more like church going. His parents were Catholic, so seeing the way me and my son were for him was weird. In some instances, for example, I always encouraged my son to ask why. But in Haitian culture, that's like the biggest disrespect you can do to a parent. Is like, ask, if a parent tells you to do something, you are not allowed to ask why, you just do it. And I'm like, I'm not raising my kid like that. I
Mhm.
don't want him to be a yes man. I want him to question everything. And so I remember my husband like, why does he always ask you why? That's so rude. And I'm like, no, actually, I want him to.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so that I think was the biggest challenge, is like the parenting style. And I remember my son being so frustrated too, because he's like, oh, because like now I'm like, all right, when you want permission to do something, I have to let me check in with Vardy, make sure we're all on the same page. And he used to drive him crazy, because then he's like, I already know Vardy's gonna say no. Like, can I just ask you? Because you're gonna. And then when I think my son liked to believe, especially as he got older into the teenage years, where it's like, no, I'm not gonna let you get away with all of that. Like, get out of here. But he'd love to blame my husband, like as he's an influence on me, and how I used to be cool. Oh, mom, you used to be cool when it was just us, and now you're becoming like this like stickler. And I'm like, actually no, I totally agree 100% with him. Like, what you're trying to do is crazy. There's no way I'm gonna let you do that. So that was a big challenge.